Just a brief intro. In part 1, we covered and card link how we got from Germany to Sweden, that is to Vaimok, Sweden, and how we went from Vaimok via the Nordkalottleden and partly the Patjelantaleden to Stadajaka. In part 2, also card link, we covered our slight excursion into Norway around the Sulitelma Massif, and basically also on the Nordkalottleden, the route from Stadajaka around here to Pieskehaure. And now in part 3 we will cover, we are back in Sweden, how we went from Pieskehaure via the Nordkalottleden and also again partly Patjelantaleden to Kvikkjokk. Enjoy!
I love this picture. This is the most beautiful part about the cabin, that it looks onto those mountains.
Yeah, that was a very nice cabin, and we had it
for ourselves. Yeah. And it was huge, right? And then I wanted to stay a day and take a day break because a part of my body was hurting. So we decided to not really go hiking and took a hike anyway, a small hike and a hike without backpack, which was important.
Yeah, I think that's the that's the most important thing, not having any weight on your back. Yeah. That's a stroll. We took a stroll.
And we went down because the cabin people told us about this beautiful path along the river. We just went down to the river, which we also used as a bath, and walked up, and then in between the weather turned nice. It was windy, obviously. And there were tons of flowers, beautiful flowers, and we were looking for berries.
Yeah.
Cloudberries, but there were not so many, right?
A few in between. But,
And we also had a view onto part of the trail that we were going to walk the next day, because we were going to follow the winter path the next day.
Yeah, at least for a while.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Oh, berry.
One berry, but it doesn't look very ripe.
No.
And then we went back to the cabin, and Robert did not have enough and walked on.
Yeah, I did another little stroll along the lake. I took another hike down to the lake again, and we were coming down there yesterday and walked all along the lake. And the cabins are somewhere, behind there, and then I walked here. The beach basically forever. There's still no sun, but it's nice. So the 12th night begins, and we are here in the common room with kitchens and stuff, and I just thought show you the inside of the camera. Our stuff can do that. So this hütte is normally frequented in the winter time. I think I mentioned that before, and and we had hot chocolate and whiskey or other alcohol with 2 more guests, or one guy who came by, and the warden couple, and it rained in between, but now looks better. We'll see what tomorrow brings. Last year back to our cabins and the lake, and we will continue east towards now. And it was a very windy day, so we will babble now for 5 minutes.
I'm not going to babble. This is the first day of about 3 days of the most amazing part of this whole trip. We are walking in the most beautiful landscape that you can imagine, and there is nobody there. It's like you are on your own, you have beautiful views into huge valleys, and there's just nobody.
That's true. I think that day we didn't meet. Actually, we didn't meet anybody on the trail.
We did.
Oh, we saw some 3 old guys.
We met 2 guys that came from the other side, who told us that it was not going to be so far again to the cabin and whatever. And we saw a family that we heard about that was going to somehow come along the way, but we just saw them from
behind
distance.
us. Yeah. The family was behind us, a day behind us or so.
But the crazy thing was that we started off and the landscape was like this, really smoothly going up and up through these rolling hills and sandy, and it felt very warm. And then we got up into this rocky area, and suddenly we saw this mountain ridge far away, and there was water in between us and that part.
Mm-hmm.
And we had like crazy rainfalls on the other side and rainbows, and it was like this being up in the clouds feeling all the time. And these beautiful views into the distance. And we went up quite a way.
We went up quite a way.
I'm sure pretty high altitude. I think it was already pretty high altitude. And then, and it was easy on the way up. We were surprised when we had reached the highest point because it took a long time to go up. It was easy going. And then we were up there and it was super rocky. We crossed some rivers.
Yeah, I think that's the high plane, the first high plane we reached. And there should be another small lake coming up that was suggested to us as a campsite.
Yeah, and there you can see the rainbow in the distance. Mm-hmm. And we kept thinking that it was going to be bad weather coming up. And then at some point we could see down to the lake. And I think the people from the cabin, the Stuvon, had told us that it would be a good place to also camp.
Yep.
And because it was a long stretch, we just looked up 16 kilometers, and they said it was a long way. We were thinking or leaving it open if we would go all the way to the cabin or take a break and just stay at the lake. So we got to the lake.
Not yet here in the video. We're still on the high plane.
But we could see it. Yeah.
Went on to for quite a while.
Yeah.
And now we're that was the small lake that they suggested as a camping site.
So it's still up and not at the big lake down where the cabin would be. And they had told us that a lot of people love to stay there because it's clean water and whatever. We got there. You didn't want to take a break?
Because it was easy going till then. Okay, 2 snowfields. I mean, we are high up again, and but it's. I mean, we had a day break. We were fresh, and I felt okay. You felt okay, so we went on. Would have been a nice camping place.
Yeah.
Though.
And from there, pretty soon you could see the big lake where the cabin would be. And there is this funny-looking mountain that reaches into the water. And Vaimok, the next cabin, is actually around that corner. And we knew that we had to go up on that ridge. It looks like a whale.
Yeah.
That it reaches out into the lake. And we knew we were going to have to cross that. Meaning, all of the meters we had just come up. We had to go down and we had to go up again.
Yeah, that was something I didn't realize when we started that day. I thought you can cross over the mountain somewhere, but you really had to go down to the lake again, to the big lake, and then go up, cross the mountain, and go down to the lake again on the other side.
Yes, and that the way up, I felt that you were not so happy.
No, because that was the second time we basically went on Yeah.
The highest altitude around there.
The highest altitude around there.
Yeah.
And it was getting bad. The weather was getting bad.
I mean, cool. We were up there and we were in the middle of a cloud.
Oh, yeah. There we are.
So there, yes, this is the feeling we had a long time ago when we hiked in Norway, to just be in this haze, and this almost like fog. And it feels uncomfortable because you don't know what it means.
You don't want to get lost up there in the fog. We're out of the clouds and our way station is in sight, and yeah. It was quite a way down here. And so our 13th night begins. Not in civilization, but yeah. Yeah, storage house and the cabin building. I give you another shot later on, which we have all for ourselves again, and it's the same layout as the cabin the night before and the night before that, and of course the outhouse. And yes, as I said, it's exactly the same cabin. Kind of a standard cabin here in Sweden, and yeah. There's even a flagpole with a flag, which is not the Swedish flag, but the flag of the STF, the Swedish Tourist Federation, or something like that. We left behind us the cabin and will now, walking along the lakeshore for a little while until we go somewhere there inwards into the land. And we waited out rain this morning, talking to the wardens of the cabin, and sun is shining again. Still cloudy, but it's okay.
God, this is my most favorite part of the whole trip. I mean, this day was probably for me the most beautiful day.
Yeah, that valley we came up there, that was, I mean, it's like Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah.
The landscape. Yeah. It's or some fantasy movie. I don't know.
Yeah. So you, on one side you had these really black rocks, and then we came up into this valley, and suddenly on one side it was all really light rocks, as you can see here.
Yeah, so granite something.
Yeah, and it just kept changing. We walked over little waterways, and there were flowers, and we were just all alone in this beautiful, beautiful landscape. And the sun was out on our side.
Oh yeah. It was a very nice day.
Yeah. And we were so relaxed because we had had a break, and the last night was really nice, and the day before went well, and just to be in this beautiful landscape and be relaxed and be, it was just crazy.
And it was windy. Yeah. It was still windy.
Yeah. I mean, and if it's somehow hard to think, I mean, we were there and we were alone, and now I don't even know if I want anyone else to know how nice it is there. Because
don't go there.
Don't go. No,
it's awful.
It's really awful. And then we walked, and we were unsure. We had made a decision that night because that was the cabin where we met the two young people, and the woman had to leave.
Take a short break here.
No, we're not just going to take a short break.
We will take an extensive break here. And inevitably an outhouse. I mean, this is the
luxury version of a shelter.
Yeah.
And what I wanted to say is that we had decided the night before that we were going to walk not only to Kvikkjokk but go all the way to Tarraälvshyddan, meaning that we needed to make way, and we were not going to stay overnight at that place.
Yeah, we came from up there and still following the same valley, but now downwards toward whatever is behind that ridge. And yeah, the sky, yeah, it cleaned up nicely. Maybe some camping tonight, huh? Still following the valley down, but now we have a first view of the big valley we will be following for the next couple of days or so. And that was the little stream whose valley we were following, blistering in the sun. Yeah, it will all go down into that big, yeah, it looks like a lake, but actually it's a river. Yeah, we came from up there and now the tree line has us back. Woods. Woohoo. Actually walking through a wood, oops, sorry, feels so different. This is more of a historic shelter, but it seems to be still in use. Yeah, the trails around here are well walked, and yeah, we are in the middle of the woods. Yep, that's camp life, including mosquitoes down here. Lots and lots and lots of them. Sorry. Yeah, but yeah, there's a bridge back there somewhere, and we will cross that tomorrow. But tonight we're staying here. Yeah. We came from up there. You probably just see blue sky, but that's okay. I will remember. We left our camping site behind us and we're crossing now the bridge to the other side of the river, where we will continue downstream. And that will be the trail for the next few kilometers or so. Yep. That's exactly the spot we camped 2 years ago. Yeah, here at the lake, and it's not in complete wilderness because up there is a cabin and we just take a day break here. Yeah, and that's to the left is a warden's cabin and the guest cabin is up there. There's some storage and yeah, that's it. High mountains in the clouds. We're on the trail again, and yeah, if you might have guessed, we had a bit of rain in between. And yeah, mountains in the clouds. We're still here beside the river in the woods. It started to rain again. Not a strong rain, but yeah, a little bit more than just a drizzle. And well. almost stopped raining, and we are now at the point where the river that turned lake turns back into a whitewater river. And yeah, climbing here up in that terrain is not that easy, and yeah, I guess it won't be the last rain we will see for a while. Ooh. So we were at the top, and now it's going down again. Hopefully the rest of the way without any rain, but who knows. It's going steep down towards the jungle, and some rain coming out of the trees towards the cabin, I wanted to say. And so the 15th night on our trail begins. We're sleeping inside that cabin tonight, and it's quite full. We're sharing a room with 4 old Swedish people, which are quite noisy, having issues with the warden, and yeah, and another German guy. So yeah, but it's quite nice here, and yeah, outhouse, never forget it, and yeah, storage cabin. And the weather is, well, at least it's not raining. It's the next day. The cabin is, after a few hundred meters, already out of sight. There's a little moisture in the air, not really raining yet, and yeah, we are on our way. We are slowly but surely approaching civilization again. Not our final stop, but yeah, some civilization in between, as you can see from the width of the trail. We're still in the woods, and it's still raining. After some more intense rain, it stopped for now, and yeah, still in the woods. So we reached a point where hopefully in an hour and a half or so, or hour now, a boat should pick us up, and yeah, there's some shelter because well, it's still raining. One of the 6 bridges we had to cross walking there to the shelter at where the boat will be. And this is a smaller one. There were also those big metal ones you already saw.
Hade ni ring?
So I didn't know that you were filming us when the guy picked us up on the boat, and he was a bit upset because we had called him, and then suddenly there were so many people, and he had sent them to the wrong place. So there was a lot of upsetness, but we got into the first boat.
I say there were some misunderstandings, but yeah, I mean, he gave us a
detour.
A real, not a detour, a real sightseeing tour through the channels in between.
And here we're going into it, under the bridge.
Oh, yeah, the highest water level ever. Yeah, compared to this.
Wow.
It's super low.
Super low.
Yeah. Ranunculus, ein anverwandt mit Butterblume. Yeah. Small fish our length of the neck. But most of the veggies, vegetables and potatoes in our gardens here don't grow in the night. Those ones. But the plants you see that in the white plant, they grow the whole time.
So we're looking here at the Foss. This place is famous for, and I skipped the Fjell station. Yeah, not cabin, station. We arrived after our little boat ride. And yeah, I'll try to get a more impressive shot, but yeah, it's very little water, and yeah, just at the moment it's not raining. As I said, only very little water is coming through here right now. This could be 1-2 meters more. So it's the 16th night on our trail, and as you can see, we are in something that's not called a cabin, but a Fjell station. So buildings, kitchen, restaurant, breakfast, normally hot showers. Not so today because the boiler was empty, but anyway, it was a nice place. We met some people we already met here, not here but another place in Sweden 2 years ago, and we had a nice dinner, and we went to a nice living room kind area, and yeah, and then we came back to our room and it was flooded because we had a little water outage, and our roommate, he turned off the faucet, no water came, and probably forget to turn it off, and then the water came on again, and yeah, well, everything's ends well. We got another room. Signing out for today.